In the dim light of the underground chamber, Essen traced her fingers along the ancient marble walls, feeling the subtle vibrations that seemed to whisper secrets from ages past. The stone eater she had encountered earlier, Antimony, stood motionless in the corner, their crystalline skin catching what little light filtered through the cracks above. The chamber held an array of stone statues, each bearing an unsettling resemblance to living beings frozen in various poses of daily life. As Essen studied them closer, she noticed minute details, fingers that appeared to have moved slightly between her glances, eyes that seemed to follow her movements. The revelation hit her like a physical blow. These weren't statues at all. The chamber grew colder as Antimony finally spoke, revealing the true nature of their kind and their ancient connection to the Orogenes. Hoa's presence became more enigmatic as he revealed fragments of the Stone Eater's history to Essun. Their journey through the ash-filled wasteland took an unexpected turn when they encountered a gathering of Stone Eaters, each more bizarre than the last. Steel stood among them, her obsidian hair flowing as if underwater, while others displayed various mineral compositions that defied natural law. The air grew thick with tension as ancient rivalries surfaced, and Essen found herself caught in the middle of a conflict that had persisted for millennia. The Stone Eater's fluid movement through solid rock challenged everything she thought she knew about the physical world, and their cryptic conversations about the return left her with more questions than answers. The true nature of the Stone Eater's existence began to unravel as Essen pieced together their connection to the obelisk gates. In a hidden grotto beneath an abandoned com, Antimony and Hoa revealed the devastating truth about their transformation and their eternal vigil. The air crackled with energy as ancient magic stirred, causing the surrounding stone to pulse with an inner light. Steel's warning about the coming change echoed through the chamber, her words carrying the weight of countless centuries. As the Stone Eaters demonstrated their terrifying abilities, Essen realized that the fate of humanity and these mysterious beings were inextricably intertwined. The chapter closes with a chilling discovery. The Stone Eaters weren't just observers of history, they were its architects, and their plans for the future would reshape the world itself. In the dimly lit chambers of the underground com, Alabaster traced his fingers along ancient markings, their faint glow responding to his touch. The air was thick with the scent of mineral dust and old secrets. He had discovered something that would change everything they knew about orogeny. Through the crystalline formations, he could sense the pulse of the earth differently now, not just as a force to be controlled, but as a language to be understood. When Cyanite found him there, his eyes were glazed with a mixture of wonder and terror. "They never told us," he whispered, "about what we could really do." The chamber suddenly trembled, and the crystals around them began to hum with an otherworldly resonance. What they witnessed in those moments would haunt them for days to come. The Fulcrum's highest chambers hosted a different kind of power play. Guardians moved through the corridors like shadows with purpose, their silver buttons gleaming in the lamplight. Among them, Schaffer's presence commanded a particular kind of silence. The air seemed to still when he passed. But today, something was different. The younger Orogenes could feel it, a shift in the usual order. When little Damaya accidentally discovered the hidden meeting room, she witnessed a scene that would reshape her understanding of everything. The Guardians weren't just protectors. They were players in a game far more complex than anyone had imagined. As she hid behind the heavy velvet curtains, the words she overheard made her blood run cold. Deep beneath the surface, where the heat made the air shimmer, Binoff made a discovery that would change the power structure forever. The ancient chamber she found wasn't just a relic, it was alive with possibility. The walls seemed to pulse with a warm, amber light that responded to her presence. When Esun followed her trail, she found more than just her missing ward. She found evidence of a truth that the fulcrum had buried for centuries. The earth itself held memories, and those memories were beginning to wake. As they stood there, surrounded by the gentle hum of crystal formations, a stone eater emerged from the wall like liquid mercury solidifying. The message it carried would shake the foundations of their world, literally and figuratively. But before the stone eater could speak, the ground beneath them began to shift, and the chamber's light turned from amber to a deep, warning red. As Esun descended into the mist-shrouded valley, the ethereal glow of crystal formations illuminated her path. The community she discovered was unlike anything she had encountered before. Houses carved directly into living crystal, pulsing with a faint orange warmth. The valley's leader, Mara, welcomed her with suspicious hospitality, her silver-streaked hair catching the crystalline light. But something felt wrong. The children played too quietly, their movements too precise. At night, Esun noticed how the adults would gather in circles, whispering in patterns that seemed almost ritualistic. When she caught a glimpse of strange markings on their necks, identical patterns that couldn't be natural, she realized this peaceful haven might be hiding darker secrets beneath its shimmering surface. The truth revealed itself through Mara's daughter, Little Quartz, who spoke of the singing stones during their secret meetings. The child's innocent revelations led Esun to discover the community's terrible burden. They were bound to the crystal, their life force slowly being drained to maintain an ancient seal deep beneath the valley. The seal, Mara finally confessed, held something far worse than any fifth season. As Esun worked to understand the mechanism, she found herself growing weaker each day, the crystal's influence beginning to affect her as well. The question wasn't whether to help them break free, but whether they could survive the process. The ritual required perfect timing and immense power. As Esun and Mara worked to free the community, the crystal formations began to shatter one by one, releasing centuries of stored energy. But with each broken bond, shadows of something ancient stirred beneath them. The children's eyes started glowing with an inner fire, their previously docile nature transforming into something wild and powerful. In the chaos of the liberation, Quartz revealed her true nature. She wasn't Mara's daughter at all, but something far older, wearing the shape of a child. As the final seal cracked, the valley's true purpose became clear, and Esun faced a choice that would affect not just this hidden community, but the very future of the stillness itself. Deep within the crystalline caverns, Esun's footsteps echoed against the ancient walls. The air grew thicker with each step, heavy with the weight of forgotten histories. Her fingers traced the strange markings on the wall, their faint glow responding to her touch. The chamber she discovered wasn't just any ordinary room. It was a library of sorts, but unlike anything she'd ever seen. Instead of books, the walls themselves told stories through moving images trapped in crystal, showing scenes from a time when the world was whole. As she moved deeper into the chamber, the crystals began to pulse with an eerie rhythm, almost like a heartbeat. In the center, a pedestal held what appeared to be a floating obelisk shard, its surface crackling with dormant power. The revelation it contained would shake the foundations of everything she thought she knew about the origins of orogeny. Alabaster's message, hidden within the intricate patterns of the stone, began to make sense as Hoa revealed its true meaning. The civilization that came before hadn't just disappeared. They had transformed themselves. Each symbol pulsed with memories, cities that floated in the sky, people who could reshape reality with a thought, and the terrible price they paid for their hubris. Through the crystalline records, Essun witnessed the moment everything changed, when the first stone eaters emerged. The chamber trembled as the memories played out, and with each revelation, the line between past and present grew thinner. In the corner, Hoa remained unusually still, his stone-like features betraying a hint of what might have been sorrow. As the final pieces of the puzzle fell into place, the chamber's defenses awakened. The knowledge was protected for a reason, and now Essun understood why. The crystals pulsed with increasing intensity, their light becoming almost blinding. Hoa moved with impossible speed as the floor began to crack beneath them, ancient mechanisms grinding to life. The truth about the stone eaters, the orogenies, and the very nature of the seasons themselves lay exposed. But so did the terrible choice that awaited them all. As they rushed to escape the collapsing chamber, Essun clutched the small crystal shard she'd managed to take, knowing it contained secrets that could either save their world or destroy what little remained of it. The rumbling behind them grew louder, but it wasn't just the chamber they were leaving behind. It was the comfortable illusion of their history.
Thank you for venturing into this realm with me. If you crave more enchanted worlds, mythical battles, and secrets whispered from ancient pages, join the Guild of Storybound Explorers. Subscribe now and ring the bell to unlock every new quest the moment it drops. The next chapter awaits. Will you answer the call?